Alrighty, welcome back, everybody, to another night of AOE Productions Campaign 1 Forged in Fate. Thanks to all the players for being here, Tad for working on the stream stuff, Luke for taking up some of that YouTube action. Heard we got a few people watching on there, which is really dope to hear. So yeah, everyone, thank you for joining in. Welcome back. Sorry about the break. Life has been crazy for all of us right now, so looking to get back onto a nice, consistent schedule here. Probably playing till 9 o'clock CST, 9:30 more often now, just because of some schedule stuff. But, you know, we're here, we're having fun, so thanks, guys. To hop right into the game, we left off with our party. We'll do a bit of a longer recap just since it's been a few weeks. Started off in the town of Valtine, everyone coming together through odd circumstances and kind of finding a unique goal with one another and eventually eliminating these hags. Upon completion of this, they find a large labyrinth, kind of seemingly intrigue to the Night Mother, the final fiendish hag residing in a withered husk of a tree that was eventually glowing green flame consumed. They navigated the labyrinth, gained a prophecy that seemed to depict perhaps things in their life that they have seen or may see in the future, or maybe something happening right now, who knows. From there, they navigate outward, thinking about their best route. They decide that they did hear of a particular green dragon, perhaps something that can help them on their quest to pursue these prophetic circumstances. Talking to this dragon and garnering information from it could perhaps lead them to where they're looking to go. Doing so, they also noted that within this familiar vicinity to this green dragon is the Sabrantine Forest, the homeland of Alderia. Deciding they needed a little help in their quest, they navigated there to meet with Alderia's parents, Rowan and Holly, whereupon they learned that there was a plague, something called blood shamans, lycanthrope creatures, kind of plaguing this astrolabe village with this kind of almost plateau, like not a plateau, but like a steep village on a hill in this forest, topped with a large mechanical metal gyroscope-like device with a series of scope-like magnifying glasses that can be twisted and turned and manipulated to point at different stars and help in the prophesying that is done often in this circle of stars druid village by the oracle here called Holly, which is Alderia's mother. Here they enjoyed some merrymaking with mom and dad, got into a little religious scuffle with Alderia because she said some blaspheming, and you know how religious dads are. No hate. But anyways, so eventually learning of this plague, they were informed that Nor, the young man, was the most recent death towards the south of the village, towards the edge of the village. And we kind of left off when they decided they were going to pursue this lead, perhaps, and see if they can't figure out exactly what is going on. And with that, I would like to give the floor to the players. You guys are just outside of the astrolabe currently. Rowan and Holly solemnly thanking you once again as they turn to leave back into the astrolabe, back into their daily routines of worshiping and guiding the people of this town. What would you all like to do?
We have how many days until the next full moon? We asked, I believe.
4.5.
4.5 days.
I suppose we should start wandering around the town and asking some questions, huh?
Yeah, I suppose we could start sniffing around and see what's happening.
Sure. We know the name of the last person who died. Alderia, do you know Noah or his family at all, since you're from here?
Go ahead and roll me a history check, Alderia, if you'd like to determine, or perhaps a luck check, if you'd like. It's up to you.
19.
19.
A history check.
Nor does ring a bell to you. You remember that he is part of the Brambleback family. This is a group of people born under the sign of the whale. So that kind of sticks out to you for the various reasons that their signage might be important to you. Up to you to make that of what you will. Beyond that, you don't know too much about them. They were simple druidic folk, as most tend to be here, boisterous. The Bramblebacks were often the seat of the party, but nothing like, not like nobility amongst your people or anything like that.
So that, all of that.
I would say,
Thank
in addition to that, it's up to you if you want to say you knew Nor personally. That's kind of your personal prerogative.
Sure.
He was a younger boy when you met him. Pretty
around.
familiar with the Brambleback family, boisterous, and probably pretty.
Yeah. So I would know where they live.
Yeah.
So, yeah. We should probably go talk to their family. And maybe, I don't know. He's the first lead we really have. It's the only lead we really have.
Yeah, it sounds right to me.
We asked Rowan if there was a history of lycanthropy in the town, and he said no, correct?
He said traditionally no. Obviously, now that has changed, but traditionally no.
Okay, just making sure. I think we might as well start there and see if we can discern anything from speaking with his family, or maybe going to the place where he was murdered, perhaps.
But maybe take it delicately. They lost a child. I
Right.
think we should just barge in there and start asking questions.
Yeah, perhaps one of you guys wants to take the lead on this one.
Sure, I'll do it. I know them.
All right.
I'll go to their house.
You guys will start navigating to the south of the village. Anything you would all like to do along your way here? Or just getting straight to the objective for today?
I'd just like to keep my eye out because I remember last time we were playing, we noted multiple haggard-looking people among the idyllic townsfolk, so
That's right.
just curious if any other people look like that as we make our way down.
Oh my god, it's so loud.
Sorry, it restarted.
I'm also gonna roll my Cosmic Omen for the day.
Okay, you may do so. And then how does that exactly work again? You'll have to remind me.
I roll a d6. If it's an even number, it's wheel. If it's a woe, it's odd.
And then you can use
Wheels
that
are-
to affect
yeah.
yours or others' rolls.
Yeah, wheels are essentially inspiration.
Right.
Really inspiring.
There's
I'll show myself out.
4, so it's wheel.
Wheel.
So within 30 feet of me, attack, saving, or an ability check, I can use my reaction to roll a d6 and add that to the total.
And notably for you, Alderia, you wake up today with this kind of omen. You, after gazing at the stars the night before, pondering what they mean, you sleep through the night and have these not premonitions per se, but just this almost energy, this flow of feeling going through you, and you wake up feeling like today is the day that you conquer something. Today is the day that you are gonna put forth and put one foot in front of the other and do something heroic, or perhaps start the process of doing something heroic. And with that, you start navigating knowledgeably to Norristown. Erzan, if you'd like to go ahead and roll me a perception check,
Sure.
as you were keeping your eye peeled for any suspicious-looking werewolf children or adults.
16.
16? Oh, okay. You see, as you're going through the town, a pretty typical day. People look at you and occasionally stop Alderia and pause her for pleasantries. I'll say 16. Yeah, no. You know many different looking people, large, burly men that you would guess are probably left to do some kind of physical labor, perhaps erecting buildings or other kinds of like hefty stonework, smithing, perhaps even, although you hear no ringing of metals in the town. All the way through to the other side of the dimension. Slender young people, men and women that seem to be equipped with bows and slings, probably ready for hunts, and even younger still, children getting ready to play games out in the forest and those kinds of things. Probably ill-advised, but the spirit is a little freer here than most places, and children dare where other places might not let them kind of explore and go make mistakes and do crazy things. So, but nothing in particular is sticking out to you as like that one looks like a werewolf or anything like that, you know.
Did I see any of these like deeply troubled looking people that we had noticed prior?
With your perception check, not in particular. There are some people that look at you and give you that look of kind of understanding that you're probably accomplishing something, you know, like
Sure.
you're with Alderia, you're heavily armed, wearing metal. Something is very uncommon around here outside of travelers in the presence of Alderia. So some people give you kind of knowing looks, stern even, but no one is like has large bags under their eyes, such as like Nova noticed before. As you kind of gather that information, you do eventually arrive to Nora's house, Alderia, as you remember it. Small stilts at the bottom of the of this hill, kind of keeping it raised in mud, as the water from rains tend to slide and sink this small hut to the ground. You see a very familiar look, just a very perfectly cylindrical, thatch-roofed mud hut, pretty much, I'm guessing probably 5 or 6 rooms max. Nice. It's the living here in general, the standard is nice just because everything is handcrafted and done so well. But, you know, just a pretty prototypical hut as far as that goes. Eventually you approach, I assume, and what would you like to do?
I would like to knock on the door.
And I'm just in the back looking tough.
That you are.
Nova, soften it up a little bit. They just lost a child. That's a little better. We'll take it.
Hello.
Oh God!
Dragonborn answer the door. No. Opening the door, you see a kind of dusty brown-haired. You guess probably half elf by a very subtle tip of the ears, but otherwise just looks almost human, just stout, like they probably do a bunch of work. Younger man, probably 35. You know, not younger, but yeah, like youngish man. And they just kind of look at all of you. Alderia, what can I owe the honor to?
First, I just wanted to tell you that I was really sorry to hear about Nor.
I see. It is appreciated.
And I was wondering if we could come in and talk to you about what happened.
In regards to my son, I would greatly appreciate any help I can provide or be given. So, please enter. I will start teaming. You guys kind of enter. Pretty apt description. You see a fireplace made in this kind of mud. Yeah, Nova, you very much have to bend in. This is probably this man himself is probably about 5'8", burly but stout. You see
what spacious quarters you have.
In here you see a simple clay
Elbow into the ribs
/ fireplace with pretty basic, wood furniture with some furs draped over it. Nothing crazy. A small side tables at each of them, so you guys kind of navigate and place yourself. Nova, you kind of stick your tail through a chair arm so that you're a little bit more comfortable. Eventually, tea being brought to you. What can I answer for you?
Well, what do you know about what he was doing around the time he died?
You see, kind of, his face drops a little. He was fetching fish from the north corner of town. I sent him on a simple errand. And he, well, I'll just be out with it. I opened the door, wondering to look about and see where could he be. It had been far too long, and against the moonlight I saw large creatures, furred backs, almost standing like humans, and howling, and then screaming. I haven't seen him since. It pains me to know he was so close.
Do you see his body?
No one's found it, as far as I know.
Huh. Was there any... I'm sorry to ask. Was there any blood or anything?
Kind of lowers his head. Yes. Much blood. If there's any assistance I can provide, I would gladly do so.
Well, do you know anyone else that this has happened to?
Well, there was one older woman who disappeared that I know of. The act seemed violent, but it was a few weeks ago now. Well, a few weeks ago from whence my son disappeared. I don't know if there's anyone who you could ask about the event. I just know one day someone went to enter their abode. They found them lying. Oh no. Sorry, Jesse slipped there. They found a puddle of blood and a tossed room, almost as if it had been ransacked. We thought little of it at the time. More than a simple murder, but perhaps there's something more to it. I don't know. Perhaps these creatures.
And how many did you see?
I looked. He's going to go ahead and roll a history check to see if he can recall. Oh. I counted no less than 5.
Do you happen to know if the bodies have been recovered for any of these murders?
I thought I heard tale of some, but I have not put my own eyes upon them to recount you with that information, sadly.
See.
It's been the talk of the town for, honestly, since Alderia left, for the most part. Are these rumors true that some have returned? I do not know. I hope for their families. The answer is yes.
Did you, by chance, have a service for Noah? Some sort of remembrance that people would have come to?
Yeah, I did, in fact. We burnt a pyre.
Were there any unfamiliar faces that showed up that you remember?
Unfamiliar faces. Just gonna go ahead and roll another history check and see if this jogs a memory for me. Oh. You see him kind of shrug deeply and kind of sip on this cup, kind of small, almost sake, like hot tea, like. Well, now that you mention it, there was a large man who I did not recognize. I suppose I thought nothing of it at the time. wore red face paint, almost like tears across his face, but thicker. Other than that, I knew nothing of him. No name. He wore a simple fur vest. He was wielding some kind of cudgel or perhaps a staff. Slick black hair, ponytail, and the tear-like paint almost, two strips of red.
Was it paint or was it a tattoo?
Oh, that I do not know. It seemed distinctive. If not a tattoo, perhaps formal dress wear of some kind. I don't know. Do you think he had anything to do with this?
Anything out of place is a place to start, and that's about all we have to go for.
Is this kind of face painting uncommon among your people?
I wouldn't say uncommon. Historically, this is... And Alderia would probably be able to inform you of this as well. It's more of a thing people would wear, especially red in times of war, or perhaps defense of some kind. Occasionally paints are brought out for remembrance, rituals such as this one, but blues and greens and blacks are more traditional. I thought little of it, as it was a dark maroon red, but perhaps this person had something to do with it, I don't know.
When he was taken, did you, or whatever happened, did you see what direction the assailants went?
I'm loath to admit, they turned south towards my hovel, and I shut my door in fear. I suppose the answer is south.
That's into the forest, is it not?
All directions from the city are into the forest from here. But you are correct of the technicality.
Perhaps we ought to go for a walkabout.
Wouldn't that be the worst idea?
Sure.
Ask if any others have seen this particular individual.
Mm-hmm.
If you do learn anything of Nor, please. I don't expect I'll be the first you'll tell, but I would cherish any information
Of course.
greatly.
Of course.
Thank you.
Do you have anything of Nor's that we could take with us to help? Maybe something he wore?
Well,
Mm-hmm.
there was a pair of sandals he was particularly fond of. I didn't let him use them when he was working. I was very fond of them. I crafted them myself. So they're in good condition here. He goes and kind of steps away and comes back from what you would presume is Nor's small room with two small kind of, thong-style flip-flops. Just that seem to be made out of, twisted kind of hay and other elements. Small leather padding for the foot. Worn, you can see by imprints of feet. But nice in make. Aldira, you would recognize these as very nice kind of leisure shoes that someone hand wove, probably as a gift. These are The closest thing I can remember. He also had a small string and wood locket on him, but he wore that at most times in remembrance of his mother.
He was wearing it that night?
I would imagine so. Rarely did he take it off.
Thank you for helping us, sir.
Of course.
I wish your soul peace. I'll start to head out the door.
May the stars guide you all.
I'll linger for a moment after everybody kind of gets up. Just finishing my tea. And once everybody kind of walks out the door, I stand up and I hold out my hand to shake his. And when he shakes it, I palm him 5 platinum and I say, "It's not much, and it's nothing to replace your son, but no parent should have to bury a child." Take it from someone who knows.
Your kindness shall never be forgotten.
I bring him into one of those like shoulder clap hugs, and
He takes you
And then-
firmly. You feel a pretty fucking strong arm against your back. Very stout, shorter man, and just grabs you in that very piratey like hug. You see a single tear kind of streaming down his face.
Clap him on the back a couple times.
As well.
We'll let you know when we find more out, okay?
Thank you, sir.
I nod and
Stars guide you.
follow as well. I follow everybody out after that.
You all take your time on the stoop now, the door sullenly being closed behind you.
So, shall we ask and see if anybody else has seen this blood-faced cudgel wielder?
Sure.
I think that's a good route to take, yeah.
Especially, a village this tight-knit, I would expect everybody knows everybody.
Right.
The stranger
And,
being present is a bit of an eyesore.
We are looking for a group of people who call themselves the Blood Shamans.
Seems to fit.
As a point of order, you're guessing you don't know if they call them that, but you have been told that is what people are calling them more so.
Okay, that's what they call
That is what Rowan
They've
and
been
Molly
dubbed.
are referencing them. They may or may not. You don't know necessarily.
Fake news media.
Just as a small clarifying bit.
Where should we start?
Elderia, any thoughts?
I look around for a young boy.
Go ahead and roll me a find a young boy check. Yes.
11.
Hold on, we don't need to go here. Hold on.
Wait, I'm proficient in finding young boys.
Wait, what?
I mean, he's with the church.
Oh shit! Catholics beware.
Rip. We don't need to go here again. Fuck.
I did roll an 11 though.
You did roll another one. With that perception check, I mean, like, off in the distance, you see people frolicking in and out of the woods. I mean, a young boy in particular, you probably see here and there.
Sure, I'll go up. I'll run over to one.
Yes, sir.
Hello, child. I was wondering, have you seen a man with red face paint that looks like Tia is streaking down his face?
Go ahead and roll me a persuasion check.
Oh, okay. 23.
23.
Not bad.
You see him look towards your coin purse, look back up to your face, probably decide better against whatever he might have been thinking. Oh my god, my rolls have been fire tonight. I think I saw him at the Vigil for Noel the other night.
Have you seen him besides then, or just that one night?
When I recall, I did see him once at the market as well a few days later. I think collecting apples.
But he doesn't live here, as far as you know.
Oh, I assume he does. He collected apples at the market. Am I in trouble, sir?
No. That's enough. Thank you. You can go.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
One quick look at your coin purse again. Runs off.
I'll walk back over to them and tell them that he was also spotted at the market, so there's a potential that he lives here in town.
How long ago did that kid see him?
I don't think he said. He was a little scared of me, Alderia. There's not
He
a
said
whole
a few days after, just as a clarifying, he said a few days after the vigil. The disappearance happened a little less than 2 weeks ago. So you're guessing probably within 10 days.
Okay.
I would say. Like that would be the most like if the disappearance happened, 10 days ago, vigil happens 1 to 3 nights after, a day or two later, so in the range of, 10 or less days.
Your bedside manner does leave something to be desired, Azan. I was afraid that boy is about to wet himself.
I don't have a whole lot of experience with children. It
It
kind of scared me.
It shows. Maybe try getting down on their level next time.
Perhaps. I don't doubt that this is the last time that I'll ask for a young boy.
Stop.
Your turn of phrase is so unfortunate, my friend.
He's just been waiting to say that for about a month.
They
I
say
really
it all
should-
the time. All the time in Critical Role, somebody goes, "I look for a young boy."
You're weakest and smallest.
It's just so it's so tasteless in the current political climate.
Right.
Also true.
Oh, man. That's okay though. That's what we're here for, is to be tasteless. So.
Well, Alderia, how many vendors in the marketplace sell apples?
Well, I would think probably only one. But let me think.
This being a forest, I
mean-
would assume that there's more than one orchard.
You gather that it probably depends on season. At the height of it, multiple people could. I mean, just logical extrapolation here.
Depending on the season.
Should have asked that boy whose stall he was at.
How about we go to the market and ask? And look around.
Brute
Yeah.
force is also an option.
Yeah.
You can split the party. Each take a stroll.
Well, there's only one market district, isn't there?
Sure, but we
Alderia.
all need to be to ask questions.
Yeah. There's just one.
Just one thing.
I know a lot about my hometown.
She does. It's terrifying. Every time you have a question, she immediately fires off, and then all of a sudden that becomes lore. I mean, it's accurate.
Lost that into reality.
Well, I look up to God for clearance. For
You mean the
clarification.
ram, correct?
You mean?
No, I mean Jesse is right above me in the chat.
Oh, am I?
In the video.
That's funny. You're off to my right. For me. That's funny.
Fittingly enough, I look up to Nova.
That is actually real accurate.
Both in real life and in game.
Aw,
Because Luke's a
Aw.
tall boy.
Physically.
Wholesome.
Just physically.
damn it.
I look at you physically too.
I look up to everyone physically.
Anyways, what are you guys going to do with your afternoon? Well, noon-ish, I would say.
Well, let's see if we can't go visit the marketplace and find out where that man was purchasing apples.
It's
Sure.
levels.
Okay. You guys navigate back. You, Alderia, knowing your town very well, return to the kind of northern part of town towards the top of the hill here. Nothing too crazy, but you eventually get there after probably about 15-20 minutes of travel, kind of navigating up some steep slopes. Not even 15 minutes, honestly. Probably about 15-10 minutes. And you see a small trading area. Nothing crazy. No steel being struck. No smoke lifting into the air, but foods and furs and small stringed instruments and skin drums from here to there. You know, people tapping away little tunes on skin drums.
Nope, didn't like that.
Mine was just as deep as that.
For sure.
But it was creepy.
God damn it. I gotta really rein it in right now.
Sorry, skin. Proceed.
Yeah, but there is a market here. Eventually, you see multiple people vending apples. You guess this time of year it's probably a fine trade, and at most times, honestly, in this area, as well as any other forest-bound fruit or product, it's probably very ample in supply.
Well, shall we each take an apple vendor?
Yeah.
Sure.
Sure.
Okay.
Kind of go down the line then.
You guys will. I'll just say for the purpose of this, you all take an apple vendor. Go ahead and I'll have everyone, just for the sake of brevity, go ahead and give me persuasion checks.
Yes.
That seems fair. Is that what you're looking to do? Persuade some people to chit chat.
Yeah.
Persuade him with a +8.
Oh!
I rolled
All right.
another 23.
All right. Erzan 23. Alderia.
19.
Nova Scotia
21.
21. And last but not least, Kylar.
Also 23.
So persuasive.
With a
We're a
15.
persuasive group.
You guys
I'm
rolled
not
so well.
charismatic, though.
You guys rolled so well. This guy visited every apple vendor. Every single one of them recognizes him. They all look like him too.
Homie loves apples.
Wait, he's right there.
Oh my
He's
god!
here.
Years.
Go ahead, roll me. Whose turn is it for a D100?
That's your job to keep track of.
Yeah,
God.
We figured it out
been
last time
royal.
too.
It's been a hot minute.
I deeply apologize. I, as God, tend to ask rhetorical questions because I'm an idiot. Forget that I'm all the time. There's
Roll what they call-
you roll a D100 check.
Sure. You're what they call a dunderhead, I believe.
This is an accurate description of myself.
Hold on. We need to have us talk about your language again. It's slipping.
I rolled a 12.
12.
Ooh.
You rolled a 12.
I have to think
Yeah.
about this.
Last time you rolled like a 95.
Yep, I rolled a 12 this time.
They can't all be winners.
The dice do have to take away sometimes. It's how it goes.
He's a
Let's
man
get
of the
ambushed
extremes.
by werewolves.
All of the apple vendors leave.
They lie. They've never seen him.
12,
And the-
huh?
And the last one
Alderia's
looks back
brother
and says
shows
an
up.
apple a day
Alright.
keeps the werewolves away.
The little boy is actually a werewolf.
Who rolled a 23? The little boy. God damn it.
There's
me
Anna.
and Kyler.
You and Kyler both rolled 23.
I look around for a large boy.
God.
A big boy.
Ugh.
Just looks to the market and shouts, "I need a chonker!"
There's a chungus among us. All right.
Yes.
I will say since I was Erzan's role, Erzan, your vendor does recognize the description.
Mhm.
Thinking, she kind of ponders for a moment. Now that you mention it, I don't think I've seen him for a few days. I don't know his name either. He's stopped in a few times. I don't know how long he's been here, though.
He's visited you regularly, just this season, or have you seen him in seasons prior? He sounds like a distinctive fellow.
I don't think he's visited in seasons prior. But truthfully, if he wasn't wearing his paint or the distinctive vest, he could have been an entirely different man, perhaps.
Right. Do you happen to know which direction he'd walk off when he was done here at the market?
That's a good-ass question. Does she know that? Well, the two particular times I remember interacting with him. The first time he wandered north, and you see north kind of probably winds up towards the astrolabe eventually, kind of capping out there. Not immediately, but within a short breadth of the city. And the other time, I seem to remember he headed towards the center of the city. Though it's more common for folk to live in that area, so perhaps he was on business the first time.
Sure. Very good, thank you.
Yes, of course.
May I buy an apple while I'm here? 4, actually.
What have you in trade?
Silver, or...
We don't usually barter in coin. Most of our reserve goes to the village as a way to bargain with traders and things that come through.
This.
Or adventurers like yourself, but I hold none myself.
How about this? And I pull out a bead of nourishment.
What is this? Small trinket.
If you eat this, you'll be full for a day.
A whole day?
A whole day. Certainly worth 4 apples, if you ask me.
I'll place you a wager. If I eat this tiny bead and get full for a whole day, I'll give you a bundle.
Deal.
Pops it in their mouth. Oh. Oh, that is unnatural.
The word you're looking for is magic.
You're
Magic.
telling me you enchanted food. I don't know what you did to this thing, but... Oh. I think you've earned your bundle. All right.
Thank you.
You see a small kind of net bag brought up. You're guessing probably like baker's dozen apples in there. Nice hefty sack of coals.
Thank you, lady. I'll also just give her a silver piece. This could be useful someday. You never know.
Appreciate the gesture.
I'll go find everybody else.
Yeah, you guys return pretty aptly. With the bad D100 roll, sadly, you guys don't gather much else from the other vendors. They don't seem to recognize an individual with like maroonish paint on their face. Just kind of struck out.
Sure. I distribute apples to everybody.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Apples.
That was a crap.
Well, what should we do now?
Are there guards of any sort here?
Alderia would know that this town is not typically patrolled.
I had a feeling.
There are people that, seem older and younger.
Alderia. Maybe we should ask some parents about them.
Huh?
Sorry, I had mouthful apple. Maybe we should ask your parents about him, see if they've seen anything.
Yeah. Sure.
They might know something, or at least maybe perhaps they know what the face paint means.
Indeed.
Yeah. Let's do it.
You don't, princess.
You guys navigate back to the astrolabe then? This time with some newly acquired information. Returning to the astrolabe, the large, now resting metal covered in moss and rust, with the glass still pointed towards the ram from the night before when Alderia was enjoying the sight. The single star, you can imagine, behind all the blue of today's sky. Navigating down into the depths, you find your parents in a very familiar place, setting up small candlelight rituals, just afternoon prayer, you would imagine, or meditation. You see them kind of turn towards you as you enter. Yes. What can we do for you? Oh, Alderia. Kind of notice your arrival.
Have you heard anything about a man with red face paint down under his eyes?
That does ring a bell to me. Do you remember, Holly? I don't think I remember. How do you know him? That was Kuma, if I remember correctly. Yeah. Since the disappearance of a few individuals, has sworn a vow of silence, been masquerading with red paint under his face. Oh, why do you ask?
Well, he was seen at Nor's Memorial Vigil, and then a few days later at the market. And no one seems to really know who he is.
He was always someone who kept to himself, now so more than ever. I suppose I'm not surprised. He came to us last year, during the winter cycle.
Did you say his name?
Kuma.
How do you spell that?
Oh, yes, it's K-U-M-A in common hieroglyphs.
Hieroglyphs.
You mean Kumar?
Kumar.
Yes.
You have a friend named Harold.
White Castle.
Kuma of House White Castle. Fuck. I was more thinking like skooma, but you know, whatever.
Oh,
He's been here before?
last year.
He's lived here for the last year or so. Mostly keeps to himself, particularly now.
So he was already here before I left.
Yes. Just so, but yes.
Interesting. Huh. Has he ever gotten into any trouble?
Not that I recall. Until now, we haven't had much for troublemakers outside of children, anyways. This is a fairly unique circumstance for the last half-decade or so.
Did he ever mention what brought him here in the first place?
Kuma, no. He is a practitioner of druidic magics of sorts. I've witnessed some basic things myself, if that's what you're wondering. As far as direct intent, as all nomads tend, I'm assuming he eventually settled down.
Do you know what the red face paint means, Rowan?
Traditionally, it is a face paint used in war times. Now, I imagine, as I think most would, it's something to do with his vow of silence.
Of course.
Hmm.
Shit.
What?
Of course he wouldn't be one to talk. I just feel like he'd be somebody who knows something.
Oh, I mean, I haven't pressed him for information, I suppose, but I don't imagine
Maybe
rating a man who has a vow of silence would go so well.
You make a cider joke right now.
No, I was gonna say we could tickle the information out of him. That's what was rolling around my brain, but I'm like, I don't know if I should say it.
No, that's more Nova. Okay.
Oh my god.
Get him drunk.
Nova could tickle him.
He could.
Nova, pin him down with your mace. Everybody else tickle him.
Very creative use of the Deep Warden's Malice.
It has a name.
I don't think I know that.
You're attuned to it.
Oh, so I would know that.
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
You don't know the ancient histories that might be contained within the war knot, beard knots of the handle, but you do know the name is the Deep Warden's Malice, as well as its basic properties.
Okay.
That sounds ominous. Anywho.
But hey, so do I.
What time of day is it at this point?
It's just afternoon now, probably 2 to 3 o'clock.
Well, this seems like a dead end. It might not be. Alderia, you took that boy's sandals. Why?
I was thinking I might be able to track him.
She has a foot thing.
God damn it.
Oh, there he is, hidden foot
That's what
fetish
happens
coming
when you don't hang out for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Is
Getting it
that
all
why
out.
my socks are always off when I sleep at night?
God damn it! They're always halfway down my feet.
Son of a bitch.
You thought you could track him.
Yeah, I was thinking I could like turn into something, a wolf of some kind or something,
Oh,
and track him.
that seems like a fantastic idea.
Yes, it does. I don't know why you
Indeed.
said it like that.
I mean, should we just do that, or do you want to go try and talk to Skooma?
I was thinking that perhaps tonight we could stake out Skooma's house.
Oh.
Because if he's not going to talk, maybe we can see if he's up to anything at least.
I like
if
it.
If we go and talk to him, it might.
I
Send him
ain't
off
been
that
on
there's
a-
somebody looking for him.
I ain't been on a good stakeout in years.
Maybe we can get some steaks before the stakeout.
I could go for some meat. It's just been apples and vegetables since we got here.
Right, these druids don't really know how to eat very well.
Excuse me.
We're standing there with her and her parents.
What did you say about my cuisine? Young
Sorry, us foreigners are a little boorish. My
I
apologies,
think that's
Rowan.
putting it quite lightly.
In
Afraid so,
Nova's
Mike.
defense, he's a 7-foot tall dragon.
In
He's kind
our
of
defense, nothing. I will show you with my cooking just what you're missing out on. And you see,
What is this voice?
I am having a hard time choosing voices. Okay,
It's hard to remember.
I have to play a lot of characters, and I'm not a great voice actor. I am not Matthew Mercer. Spoiler alert.
I know, but Rowan is
No.
like supposed to be sunken-eyed and stressed.
No, that was Holly.
I thought Rowan was too.
Well, sorry, Holly is sunken-eyed and stressed, but Holly is going to procure a delicious edible thing. She leaves to go create food.
Some venison.
No,
Probably not meat.
probably something not meat related, you would guess, based on your interaction with them.
It tastes just like chicken. It's cauliflower.
She does not return while you guys are here. What would you guys like to do?
Cauliflower does not taste like chicken.
Well, I guess if we're gonna be doing a stakeout, I might want to try to take a nap.
Can you not say
No.
steak?
If we're gonna do an out. I want to take a
do you-
nap.
Do you want to have Alderia turn into a wolf and follow around for a bit first and see what happens?
Yeah,
There's lots of daylight left.
yeah, maybe see what we can, if there's anything around town. Maybe don't venture too far away.
Sure.
Maybe one of us can try and
Well, I
find
mean,
Kuma and watch, see what he's
if
up
she-
to.
If she picks up the boy's scent outside of town, we should probably follow it.
Yeah, you're right. As much as I want to do an out.
We could always do that tomorrow night too. We have
A
4
kale
nights.
out. A kale out.
Kale out.
That's worse. That's
Oh.
much worse.
So you guys are gonna transform into a wolf and sniff?
Well, I'm not.
I think just Alderia.
That's fair.
Sorry, I'm just reading a spell real quick.
Oh dear.
I can breathe underwater.
Oh! I didn't know I could do this.
But
locate animal or plants. But a werewolf probably isn't an animal.
No.
I'm an animal.
Oh, do you have to? I have to be familiar with an object. Damn it.
Oh, otherwise you could locate his necklace, but by chance.
I'm not familiar with it though.
You could try to bullshit it.
Dude, I'm so familiar with the necklace that I've seen this kid wear.
Yeah, you babysat him during date nights, and he always wore the necklace.
The necklace.
Date nights for his parents whose mom is dead.
Wow.
His dad had lots of date nights as a single father.
I forgot about that little detail.
Maybe we could get his father to draw you a sketch or to make a rough carving.
Yeah.
That could give you a better idea of what it was like.
Or you could just turn into a wolf.
Oh, I'll do the wolf thing first, but
Right, I did
if it
back
doesn't
on our
work.
option. You know, there are places we can go.
Always give it a shot later.
Alright, so I need to give these sandals to somebody to
Good
hold
finish.
for me. Wow, I'm
I'll take him.
really... Just turn that down. Alright, still. And I'm still washed out.
I
Alright.
think you made it worse.
Right.
It was like black there for a
Just
second.
rotate the
hand.
ring,
Alright.
Aaron.
What?
I think it's
Rotate
good
the
now.
ring on the light.
Yeah, it looks fine.
What?
Rotate the ring on your light.
I did, and it didn't help.
Oh.
Aaron, it's called a tanning booth.
Ooh.
Well, no, Thaddeus.
Oh my
The only
God.
light Thaddeus has on is this one in the
Yeah.
corner that like washes me out. He looks fine. I look like I've never seen the sunlight.
Good.
All right. Anyway, who would like to hold these sandals?
I'll take him.
Yeah, I was gonna say hard pass.
Yeah, I don't have a foot fetish, sorry.
Hard pass.
There. It's all right. I'm still washed out. Whatever. Fuck it. It's worse.
Blaming me.
You guys are awesome. God damn.
All right. Haha!
No, I'm washed out.
Oh.
It's not my fault your forehead's shining.
I also
Bruh.
Oh, she didn't call you a 5-head.
But I love him all the same.
What would
All
you
right,
guys
Wolfie.
like to do?
take
All
a
right.
sniff.
I'm gonna hand him the sandals.
Joe and I are just like watching this exchange. Just
Quite accurate.
I'm going to hand him the sandals.
Yep.
And Wolfie.
Okay, you go wolf. Where are you doing this?
right in the middle of the
Towards-
street.
They went south, so
Yeah,
at the
like
southern
maybe at
edge.
Nora's, maybe at Nora's
Yeah, I
shack.
guess at the southern edge, right towards the forest.
Go ahead and roll me a perception or survival check. You're a wolfen form, taking a sniffy whiffy.
I'm gonna do a perception check because wolves have advantage on perception checks for smell.
Sounds good. Go ahead and roll her up. Roll.
23.
23. You immediately, first thing you notice, you stick your nose too far into these sandals, and it just pungent compared to what like as a human you smelled them and they smelled fine like sandals, but as a wolf you just get this pungent, almost tear-inducing smell, and very very animal-like. You follow this trail, bouncing from here to there, kind of singular onto this trail, heading deeper into the forest. As you guys continue on, it takes you about 20 minutes into the forest before the smell starts to fade. As you start tracking it, go ahead and roll me a survival check.
All of us, or just Alderia?
Alderia.
Just survival.
Just a straight survival check. Just as a point of order, when you're in beast mode, your mental stats are retained, if I'm not mistaken. So, for example, if you have proficiency in survival and just positive wisdom, you'd still get that. If I am not mistaken.
I'm checking for you right now.
Yeah, it's strength. Dex.
Yeah, your physical stats change to that of the creature. Your mental stats remain the same.
Yeah,
Polymorph would change.
you retain your alignment,
terrain
personality,
as well, which
intelligence,
is
wisdom,
terrain,
and charisma.
but this
So
one, you get that.
survival would be wisdom, so 15.
15. Following the track deeper into the woods, you eventually start seeing large kind of gashes taken out of trees. Twigs and underbrush kind of snap to the side. You see large claw marks scraping into the dirt, as well as these tree bark kind of scrapes. Eventually, following these tracks, now becoming obvious to you guys as well, you find what eventually turns into kind of a very lightly treaded dirt path. But you see definitive paw prints. Particularly you, Alderia, with your enhanced visuals currently. Following this, you eventually find what seems to just be you kind of enter into this almost grove-like area where the trees separate. Probably only, well, let me 1 second here. Probably only about, yeah, like 25 by 25, you'd guess, area across, where there's just kind of like a lightly treaded dirt area, 20 to 25 feet kind of across, where it just seems to be a pretty basic clearing, no markings or anything, but this is where the track ends currently. You see a couple from there dispersing paw prints, but not that lead to any definitive trails.
Can I smell anything? Like
You smell the presence strongly of the sniffy feet smell here, and eventually get a kind of blood as well in the air from multiple different sources. You would gather. You're hard to tell if it's the same one as the one that came from its feet, but not visually. You're guessing the blood here was probably washed out in rain for the most part, but with your enhanced sniffer, you do get a pretty strong scent of blood. You're probably about 35 minutes into your adventure at this point.
Her nose is the sniffiest.
The sniffiest.
I wonder if she's found anything.
I'm gonna make as much of a bark that a wolf can. And like point.
Two down the well.
Towards what?
Towards the opening. I don't know.
The clearing?
What?
Towards the clearing?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll walk out into the clearing and try to see if there's anything interesting or notable here.
Go ahead and roll me either a perception or survival check.
Six.
I mean, as far as you can tell, it just looks like very well trodden earth. Fairly damp, probably rained upon not too unrecently. Slightly squishy, but not like saturated. You see footprints here and there. Nothing. Like, you gather fairly similar information to what
Footprints or human footprints?
With your perception check, you just see some paw prints here that you would gather are probably from these bipedal creatures.
Is this just the end of the scent trail?
Yeah, as far as you can tell, it kind of cuts off here for whatever reason. You smell numerous scents that kind of drift off, but just this is such a concentration that following them outward from there, trying to trail it from it it's like if you hotboxed a room and then like tried to follow its trail out of the room, like it just is the scent is so much less tangible outside of this area. So it seems that this is where these creatures congregated for whatever reason, probably with this individual in tow, somehow alive or dead.
And how long ago did he disappear?
A little less than 2 weeks ago, so
Fuck.
I
Okay.
guess like maybe 12 days.
Yeah, I'm thinking. Yeah, maybe we could poke around a little bit, but I guess I don't know that the scent trail ends, but she's just not moving anymore.
I'm just gonna stay.
Yeah, maybe I'll peek around. I guess I don't know what this dog's doing. So
Sure, go ahead and roll a perception check.
Sure.
Or a survival check if you'd like. It would garner different information.
I'm gonna go survival.
Okay.
At 8.
8, yeah, similar information. You notice the pretty obviously bipedal wolfish paw prints in the ground.
It's a wolf.
Large mud track area, fairly damp. Probably rained a few days ago. In fact, you know it rained a few days ago because you were in the forest. Your sniffer is not as powerful, so you don't get the idea that there is a powerful scent here, but generally just see kind of a what seems to be some kind of congregating place for whatever reason.
Can I listen and hear anything?
Just for the sake of brevity, currently it seems to be, everything seems to be at ease. Birds chirping in the distance, occasional chattering of a squirrel.
Guys, I don't like the new Algeria thing.
What do I hear you?
I have a thing for feet.
Well,
Jerks.
Did I say
Right.
feet?
Luke, make sure to clip that. I
Yeah,
have a
that-
thing for feet.
Yeah,
That's
can
a
that be Alderia's command?
It is.
That's what it is. That's what they made it.
If you type exclam Alderia 2.
Algeria 1 is I'd like to cast Speak to Animals to talk to the camels.
Nice.
Oh, I mean, we're all gonna get more as time goes by. Like as shit comes out of our mouths, I'm writing it down.
I didn't say I have a thing for feet. You guys
but
did.
we all did.
No, you. To be fair, if this was like a political ad campaign, that caption would have read, "I have a thing for feet," says president nomination for 2020.
Oh yeah, endorsed by AOE Production.
Endorsed by AOE Productions. Yeah.
All right. Well.
I will say at this point, if we wanted to take a quick break, we'll be running closer to 9:30 tonight, so maybe a little bit of a shorter session. But
Probably a good idea.
if you guys want to take, like, say, a 5-minute break now, might be a good time for it.
Sure.
Come back at 7:40.
7:40.
7:40.
7:41.
41.
Much love, everybody.
See
See
you
you in a
back
second.
soon.
Is that my cue?
Yeah.
Welcome into tonight's game of Forged by Fate, Campaign 1, AOE Productions. Anyways, just to recap, these dudes were on their way to go sniff out where Werewolf Town, USA, a la Savarantine Forest was, and they happened upon a kind of empty, mud-trodden grove at some point. Alderia, in her wolfen form, gathered that there was some kind of congregation of large bipedal wolf-like creatures here. Sorry, I just got croissant flake in me.
Oh, you ate a croissant?
Yeah, it was really good. Was really
Too
good.
good.
It was too good. But yeah, so they are kind of currently sitting in a place that was once, in the not too distant past, very inhabited with this type of creature. And the floor is yours again, as you would like to kind of navigate what's going on here.
Can you speak in animal form, Alderia?
I don't think so.
Not like human language, no. So you'd have to
Anyone here
go
speak
on.
animal?
Nah, man.
So she's just sniffing around and snuffling and sneezing. And... I think Lassie found something.
Normal human-animal hybrid shit.
Normal.
I mean, I guess I can drop. I guess I can just drop wolf form, since the smell ends here and I'm not getting anything else.
Okay.
So I'll go back to princess form.
Where are we, Alderia? What is this place?
I don't know, but the scent stops here. But it doesn't, like, stop. It just becomes super strong right here. And it smells like blood, too.
Do you think that this is where they ate him?
It's possible,
Ooh.
but I don't know.
Or turned him.
Yeah.
Turned him? How do they turn people into werewolves?
I've heard it's like a disease.
Ah.
I don't know if there's any truth to that, but that's the stories I've heard in passing anyways.
Right. Well, I looked around this grove and I couldn't find anything, including bones or signs of someone dying here, so that's good at least.
Yeah, I didn't find nothing either. Just a whole lot of foliage.
Yeah, I couldn't. This scent was so strong, it was overwhelming. I couldn't really do anything else.
I guess it's there. Well, I guess I looked already. I can't.
I mean, if there's a different angle you'd like to approach.
Yeah, see if I can find which way they went from here.
I'll say, just for the purposes of kind of behind the screen a little bit, you're gathering there was a large gathering, at least 4 or 5 of these creatures based on the prints, and that they scattered. Tracking them down would probably be kind of fruitless at this point, as the footprints are old. And
Why would they?
it wouldn't be pointless, but they're old enough that wherever these prints would lead would be where they were a long time ago, and you guys would spend a lot of time tracking each of these 5 and have to roll all these checks. It practically won't lead you anywhere. You know, they
How
dispersed.
old do they appear to be? Can we tell?
If you would like to roll a survival check to determine that, you're welcome to.
Nova, how
Yeah.
old do you think the prince are?
right.
You're better at this than me. I'm not really up on this sort of thing.
Dice. Use the dice to do the thing for the survival. 21.
You would guess that these are exactly 11 days old.
Exactly
Wow, that's
11 days old. Like, put my claw like.
Wait a minute.
Well.
That's exactly how long ago it was when the boy was taken.
Coincidence? I think not.
Yeah,
I think not as
No.
well.
But why would they have scattered? That's
maybe somebody stumbled upon them.
That's what I'm thinking.
Perhaps they got scared.
Who scares a werewolf?
The Dargan.
Well,
Ah!
Ooh.
predators favor ambush. If you confront them head on, it's a good chance they'll run instead.
Could I take a look? And I know we were tromping all over it. It's probably a long shot. The path we took to get here.
Mm-hmm.
There's obviously the paw prints of the creatures in which we were pursuing. And there's our footprints.
Yep.
Are there other footprints?
I'll give you one more survival check.
Okay.
Give you
That's
one-
I guess, you know, I know the rules. The only reason I ask is because it's forced.
That's fair. It is technically different. You were looking in this area before. You're looking on the track now.
Right.
I'll give you one more to see if there's other footprints here.
No, 6.
Sadly, it's just
Really hoping to pull a natural 20 out of my ass like I tend to do.
I was honestly rooting for you, but in this circumstance specifically, it doesn't seem that there's currently any currently any other footprints. You imagine there could be four individuals tracking through. It's a pretty big disturbance, so it's very possible. But with a brief overview, you can't.
Yeah, I was just thinking. One of us was a wolf. I have very distinct feet. So then there's two other bipedal. I don't know. Maybe we should just go back to the original plan B. Which
was
the out.
Staking out Stoma's house.
The kale out.
Word.
The kale out.
The broccoli out. The wheat out. We can bring bread. No, that leaves a lot of crumbs.
Yeah.
Do you guys want to do that? I don't know. I'm kind of.
I was just letting you talk, to be honest.
The thinker.
Should we stake his house out or just talk to him?
Kale.
Well, he's apparently taking a vow of silence.
Sprout out.
Ooh, sprout out. I like a sprout out.
We could force him to talk.
That feels bad, man.
I don't like that.
You didn't have to like it.
I'm uncomfortable with that.
You didn't have to be comfortable with it either.
I'm not gonna do it.
That's fine. I've got plenty of tools myself.
Or maybe we can just give him a piece of paper and he can write down what. But we're gonna sprout out first, right? Because we got what, 3 more days?
Ish.
More days ish. So we got time.
Yeah, we have time. I think that it's worth the time investment to make sure that we're not making a mistake by not checking them out.
Yes. Why don't we? Now listen here. I've known a thing or two once. If we can get permission to hide in a building near his place of residence, then we can look out the window at him and figure out what the fuck's going on.
And where would his place of residence be?
Didn't Rowan tell us?
Rowan
Rowan.
knew where he lived.
Robon.
Sorry, it's a different pronunciation where I'm from.
Rowan didn't seem to indicate that he knew precisely where this individual
It's
was.
not that big.
It's like 400 or 500 person town. You imagine
Oh,
with
fuck.
very careful work, you could probably figure it out. But
It's going to be annoying.
It's a risk. It's probably going to be annoying. But you know what? Everybody loves a good old fashioned kale out. So
We've decided on sprout.
are we settled on
Sprout
that?
out.
Yes, because it rhymes. I don't fucking know, man.
And it's kind of like steak. Sprout, steak, starts with an S. Sprout out.
Oh, okay. I'm like, how is it like?
Starts with an S, ends with a T. The exact same thing. Steak,
Yeah,
sprout.
All right. So yeah, I'm down to head back to town.
Sure.
But,
It has vowels
It's composed
and
of
consonants.
letters. It's an
Blasphemy.
English word.
5 letters.
yeah. Hey, so I'm ready to head back to town whenever y'all are.
Yeah.
So you guys head back to town. Find it pretty much the same as before. It's getting into the late afternoon, early evening at this point, probably 5:30, 6 o'clock. What would you like to try and do? You're into day 3 after tonight. So
Got a question.
Really?
yeah,
Oh,
Oh fuck.
yes, sir.
so we have 4 days from yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah. So once you're done with today,
Oh, we have 3 days
you have
left.
3 days left.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
1, 2, 3, 4.
If I charm someone, will they talk? Will they kind of do stuff? More
It would depend
willingly?
on the level of charm, how they roll, those kinds of things. I will say for like a basic charm friends, like a first level spell, you would wager somewhere in the realm of they would be in friendly, like a cantrip or first level spell, they'd be friendly in demeanor towards you if the spell succeeded.
But I probably couldn't convince them to like.
If you gave them a great reason to, along with that, it could be something that helps you get that end goal.
They will know you've charmed them.
Closer to like a domination or some kind of other very powerful magic to force someone to do something in a charmed state.
Right.
And just to clarify too, that's kind of how I just rule it. I like to scale it up as it goes, because I don't want charm to be useless in late levels, but I don't like it to be control anyone you want whenever you want at early levels either. So different DMs definitely will rule that different. So, and I try to flow with how you present it too. Like if you charm person and just try and persuade them versus like control their actions, that's two very different things,
Right.
All right, let's go find his house.
Okay.
How are you guys going to go about doing that?
I'm gonna ask my dad.
Kicking down every door I see. Where are you?
Just as a brevity point, your dad informs you that he believes Kuma lives somewhere towards the center of town, but is unsure of the exact location.
Sure. Let's make our way to the center of town.
And start the sprout out.
Sprout out. All right. Where do you guys start your sprout out? Do you try and hide? Do you try and sit on different corners?
Well, let's start by walking around and finding someone who might know things.
I look for a small boy.
Yeah,
Please.
another
Small boy. How about you see a tiny boy? And you see
No!
this boy, but no one in between.
One small boy.
He's
I'll
like
talk to both of
3.
them.
You see one that's like this big, and one that's huge.
Is there any like street vendors or homeless people or anything like that? People that spend a lot of time on the street?
Go ahead and roll.
Had no bug bag. It's alright, it's alright.
Are you laughing about the small boy thing?
He's tiny.
Go ahead and roll a insight check.
Insight?
Yeah. We'll do insight.
Non-natural
Anyone
20.
Street worthy. With a mod 20, I would say you probably have a few individuals that look like they are pretty approachable between street vendors, older folk perhaps that tend to hear things throughout the town. Maybe you'd guess seem to be chatty Cathys and Kenneths here and there.
I'll approach a street vendor and say,
Get it together, Nova.
We haven't even started this sprout out. Come on.
I would like to say I love laughing and playing with you guys. It's fun. As much as we goof around, it's a blast.
Have you never done a sprout out before?
There's no laughing in a sprout out.
Be serious in a sprout out.
One sprout out virgin or a sprout out. Be serious.
Hey, this ain't my first rodeo, okay?
what's the street vendor look like?
You see a kind of younger woman in a pretty simple leather skin vest, pretty tanned. You're guessing from the sun. Brown hair, simple headdress on of just kind of a leather strip of kind of a tan hide color.
I walk up to her and say, "Excuse me, miss. I'm looking for someone who lives around here."
Yes. How can I help you?
I'm looking for a man by the name of Kuma. He recently painted his face with red tear stripes coming down. Do you know of anybody like that?
That's definitely cocked. Ooh, sorry guys.
Shuts the door, kicks you out.
I don't like showing off my closet for the reason that it is messy. She considers for a moment. I believe I've met Kuma once or twice. Why do you ask?
We were just looking around to ask him a few questions. I'm here with Princess Alderia, actually.
Prince. Oh, hi, Alderia. And you recognize a pretty typical shopkeeper that you've met once or twice. She makes probably some thin, bone, sinew, wood
Hi, Kathy.
jewelry. You remembered my name. I think he lives over down and to the left on that street. As you said, he's sworn a vow of silence, so I hope you find luck.
We just want to say hello. Thank you, Kathy.
Of course. Stars guide you.
And you as well. I guess we head down that direction.
Did she seem nervous or something?
Are you asking Jesse? Or are you asking
The DM, yeah.
Go ahead and roll me an insight check.
Something felt wrong. 16.
Yes, but you're guessing the source is the two large armor-clad men, one being a part dragon.
Well, that's racist.
She seemed to be very shocked by your presence, all of your presences,
okay.
other than Alderia's. So more so just probably a demeanor in and of itself.
Sounds like her name is Karen. Alderia.
Okay, yeah. So she was just nervous overall. It wasn't like
yeah, you weren't guessing in particular to the topic. It's possible. Anything's possible, but with your role, you seem to kind of pinpoint that, like, oh, I was doing that face again, like.
Definitely had my contemplating torture face on, so.
Right. Alrighty.
Cool. Let's head down the road and see if we can find any clues.
So you guys head down the street, take a left where indicated. You see a pretty neat row of houses. Currently, people bustling in and out, bringing food back to places. You don't see this Kuma individual right at this exact moment.
Neat, like orderly, or like neato?
A little both. It's fairly orderly for a druidic kind of base town. Like, it's, I would say, to the people that had not lived here their whole lives, would probably be pleasantly surprised based on the description of the culture.
Yeah.
Neato game.
Neato. I'm gonna
I will
walk around the corner and
accost
be like,
somebody who
neato.
appears to live on the street and ask them if they know Kuma.
Oh, yes. Kuma. That house, down on the left. He hasn't exited for a few days. Perhaps someone should check up on him.
Thank you, sir.
Well, that's concerning.
We're here to do just that.
Very good.
Shall we?
So
Sure.
are we just gonna go for this?
I think we
or-
should talk
Is
to
it
him.
is it like nighttime right now?
It's probably, after you're investigating, talking around, probably 7:30. So, like,
Well, I'm gonna
dusk.
re-up Mage Armor.
Can I re-up Mage Armor? Okay.
Yep. I don't trust this. It's been 8 hours.
Should we just knock?
Lead on. I mean, if the door's locked, I can get us in. More than likely.
Right? As long as there are no objections.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, let's just knock. This is the worst sprout out ever.
Well, he could be dead in there for all we know, so
That's
worth
true.
looking.
All right, I will go up and
Or with
knock.
a partner.
Should somebody be with me?
I'll come with.
I mean, you guys can all go with. It's
Yeah,
just
does
a matter
everybody
of-
want to just come
Are
with?
you just gonna, like, literally all knock at the same time, abreast?
I'm gonna stand at the opposite side of the street, hand ready to cast some Eldritch blasts in there.
Sure. Prepare.
Yeah, I might hang back as well.
Kind of.
I seem to be having an effect on these people. So,
they're
Maybe
just as a
through
point of order.
disguise,
It's not that
but-
they're directly, like, racially inclined towards you. It's more that they are shocked to see some.
I
type
am
of person.
I am an imposing presence.
It's earnest curiosity. You have encountered racism in your days. It's not this world is not free of it, but these people are just curious.
Yeah,
Curious
okay.
and interested and taken aback of it. It's a little offensive, but
Right.
but
We're sheltered.
yeah, very sheltered, covered people that are seeing a new side of the world. But as you go to knock on the door, Do you do anything in particular, or are you just knocking, announcing yourself?
Knock.
You wait a few moments. Eventually, you hear kind of against the wood floor. As the door pulls itself open, you see a pretty typical mud and wood shack, as described, wearing a fur vest, very fine in make, a red kind of taut leather band around the head with a slicked back black hair, currently not in a ponytail, but as described was in a ponytail. You would imagine it very easily so, as it, you would guess, goes to the small of his back. A very robust, very, very just ripped, probably about 6 foot man. Fairer in complexion than many you've seen here. You're guessing probably has been taking like stretches of seclusion within the hut that he currently is residing in. You see on his right arm a very large kind of like, like muscle bands at the gym, kind of like that, but of like a red leather, similar to the headband. And in very descriptive ways, the kind of like a wing here of red with 2 solid stripes down the face. Not teardrops per se, but almost geometric. Very accurately geometric, in fact, across his face. Looking at Alderia. Alderia, go ahead and roll me a history check. You get the vague idea that you perhaps have seen this person before, maybe in passing. So probably confirming the fact that they were here at least for a little bit before you left on your quest to go pursue the stars.
I'm going to look him in the eye and say, "With whom are you at war?"
Remain silent.
I cross the street, I hold up my copper wire, and I message hers on, "Remember, I took a vow of silence, give him some paper. You can reply to this message."
I think I have any paper.
Hi, Kuma. I'm Alderia. Nice to meet you.
See a large, grizzled hand from, probably you would guess lots of work, calluses on the inside and out.
I understand that you've taken a vow of silence. I respect that. Do you communicate in other ways? Are you able to write? Do you have some sort of writing tool?
I turn around and pick a stick up off the ground and give it to him. Point at
Seeing
the door.
that, I dig in my backpack and I bring out a charcoal and my notebook, and I walk over and I'm like, this might be a little more beneficial.
Thank you, Kyle.
Anytime.
I'll hand it to him.
I wanted to talk to you about Nor.
Writes something down, turns it around, facing you. What of it?
Do you know anything about what happened to him?
Same process. Says, heard he was ambushed.
I've heard the same. He was ambushed by what people have described as large, furry, humanoid-ish creatures. Have you seen anything like that?
No.
Can I insight check him?
Go ahead and roll an insight check.
Is it like a disadvantage or anything because he's not talking?
Why would you give him that idea?
Don't.
You know what?
I'm just playing on
Sure,
it.
make
Make
the
this
roll
harder for
harder.
me.
Because I already rolled. Yes, it is a disadvantage.
Oh.
Since everything, I guess it's sounding friendly, I'm gonna like kind of approach slowly.
Yeah, it seems friendly.
17.
At disadvantage?
Disadvantage?
Yeah, I have a +4. I rolled a natural 20 and a 13.
Damn.
If this person was talking, they would be lying. Absolutely. Their body language betrayed them for just a moment. And you caught on. Took a slight... You saw the left foot kind of slip back almost towards an angle, like bracing themselves. And then
Sure.
no.
Alright, I'm going to cast Thaumaturgy to amplify my voice and say, "With whom are you at war?" Can I try to intimidate him while I do that?
Go and roll me an intimidation check.
Nice. 24.
24.
Back off a couple steps.
I'm gonna look up kind of like scared.
Opportune time to start rolling like shit, too. You see this person back up. What makes it any of your business?
Oh shit. You talked.
Probably 3 or 4 steps back now.
Could I,
Side.
with my background, see if I recognize that war paint as like if it has any like symbolism to it?
Go ahead and I would say, are you proficient in history?
No.
I'll give you a proficient history check with proficiency, as if you had proficiency.
God damn.
This is the at least a fair.
Okay, so I have +0 then, which is nice. Fucking intelligence-based scores.
Is there? If you'd like to try and sell a different role to me, I'm all ears.
No, because I mean, you're right. That's what it would be.
Okay, just want to double check.
18.
18 on the dice.
That's a good.
First of all, you note this is the right territory. You are in technically in part of Davros, although this is a fairly uncontrolled land. This kind of war paint is certainly not something used by your people. It has been described by these more druidic folk as something that they would use in either a form of kind of defense or militaristic action of some kind. And you would say, based on what you do know with an 18, it's pretty good. You have probably read tales of ancient, more robust druidic civilizations going to actual physical combat with all kinds of different things. Notably, the red paint is something that symbolizes strength, as well as very, very 100% of the time common in this tales what they would wear. The fierce berserkers of the druids constantly wore red, standing out to you very, very directly.
Okay. And there's no, like, that pattern doesn't mean anything?
The pattern in and of itself doesn't mean anything to you, although it might mean something. But the history of it is very apparent to you, that it is certainly war paint of a classic druidic berserker. To what extent the design means something is probably more for the people of the culture that are experts at it might know.
Okay.
Would that be?
But he stands back, kind of, what business is it to you?
There are people in this town dying, and we are trying to figure out why.
Or being turned.
Disappearing.
Well, I suppose if you put your arms down, you may enter.
Very well.
I'll
Does he want them like outside or just?
It didn't indicate in particular. He said put them down, so it's up to you to interpret.
Okay.
Didn't
I'll swing my greatsword off my back and prop it up against the front wall.
Front door. What can I help you all with?
Are we
As he
inside
kind of
now?
settles you down into the room. You see kind of a very dark, Not curtains, but skins drawn across windows, candles lit, and a small fire going. Seems to not offer any tea or food, as is pretty traditional with your experience so far here in Alderia. You would know that's pretty odd.
So, your face paint.
Yes.
What is its origin?
Well, I donned the face paint because I believe we have a weakness in our tribe that we should combat. The symbol of it, the lines and then the downward strokes, represent a strength, like a pillar, if you must know.
And you think a berserker is the one to... hold on, Luke's having problems with words.
Okay. Jesse does this every session.
Berserker is the one to accomplish this task.
A berserker is many more things than the muscle in his arm. He's also the brain between his ears, the nostrils in his nose, the taste on his tongue.
So what is this weakness that you seem so intent on stepping out?
Go ahead and roll me a persuasion check as you say that.
I'll say, don't fail me now. Oh, so tasty, 26.
If you must know, the village has been diswrought with bad omens since young Alderia left. I seek to rectify that.
Vague and unhelpful.
How are you rectifying that exactly? You've been not speaking and staying in your house the majority of the time. It seems more like the actions of a coward.
From the outside, perhaps. But I assure you, nodding towards Alderia, all of my actions are for the best of the village.
So Noah getting mauled and dragged into the forest was for the best of the village?
That's a bold accusation, Mr.
Indeed, mister.
Can I insight him?
What are you trying to
say? I guess if he's trying to double entendre.
Plain English for me. Yeah, sorry, I'm stupid.
Like, because he said, so his whole thing is strength. Everybody that's died has been weak.
That's kind of where I'm going with it.
Yeah. And
he's culling the weak.
When he was telling Alderia that he's taking care of it or whatever.
Sure. So you're trying to insight what his motives are?
I guess, yeah.
More or less.
Sure.
Sounds like it.
Go ahead and roll an insight check.
Because like what he's trying to say is that he's doing something for the good of the town, which I'm sure he earnestly believes, so he's not lying. But his meaning might not be what would be commonly assumed the meaning is.
Right, like
I rolled
giving people sushi or...
Yeah, I rolled
Right.
a 14.
Like helping build a building.
With your insight check, it's hard to say outside of the obvious. He's acting bold and suspicious, but like nothing else is betraying his actions, or his words are not betraying his actions. He immediately fires back when accused. Doesn't seem to be breaking a sweat too much in this current circumstance, other than what they've just clearly said to you, though.
Hey, Alderia. Don't you have that thing that can like reveal shapeshifters? Isn't there a spell you can cast?
Oh.
How are you communicating this?
Oh, I'm saying it aloud.
Oh, okay.
Like,
Yes.
Yeah, Lyrian, isn't there something
I
you can do? I can
can.
reveal the shapeshifter.
How's he looking?
I can.
Go ahead and roll an insight check.
Just like
14.
pointedly staring at him the entire time I say this.
Cool as a cucumber.
Well, if you have nothing to hide, Mr. Kuma, then let's have a little test, shall we?
Sorry, this just reminds me of the thing. Anybody? Okay. Anyways.
Oh, the thing. Yep, I get
stick
it.
the needle in the.
Yeah,
I'll explain it later.
good movie.
Watch it. I suppose
Russell.
I am open to it.
Okay. This is gonna hurt.
It's going to hurt.
Just a little bit.
Roll persuasion check.
I didn't have to tell him. I just wanted to be nice.
That's what you get for
If
being
I
nice.
told you I was going to stab you with a dagger, that would be pretty mean, right?
14.
14. I will trust that when you find the results are clean, as you are trying to determine whether I am a shapeshifter or not, you will leave me in peace to do my business. Gosh, every time I talk in a male character, I talk Nova. I'm sorry.
I
Hey,
didn't
man,
even know the accent.
I don't like
Maybe
to-
we should all just be from the South.
just-
I mean, that's fine with me. I'm. You don't know where I'm from, so
True. Southern United States of America.
yeah, Alabama.
Oh.
Roll Tide.
I'll look at him and say, if this test comes back inconclusive, I'll certainly heal your wounds.
It is appreciated, although unnecessary.
Okay, so everyone back up.
Yeah, how big is this room?
I mean, probably
Way back,
10 by
Way
10.
up.
All right, well
Maybe
we're all
15
gonna
by 15.
hurt a little then.
I'll go outside. I
Oh yeah, I don't want to be a
I
part
can't
of it.
really hurt that much before I stop hurting forever.
Yeah, I really don't
I'll
want to be
stay
a part
here.
of no.
I would say you guys can find corners where Alderia
Okay.
Oh,
can
okay.
comfortably.
All right, I will cast Moonbeam.
You do so, damaging them. How many points? They won't resist, so they will fail their save.
A lot.
Not too much. It's oh my god, I have so many of these. Where are they? I'm so sorry. Oh, not bad. 5.
5. And what does the spell say exactly?
Shape change. If he failed, then he instantly reverts to his original form.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
He's
that's
a
not very
shapeshifter.
helpful.
Uh,
Original form would be him.
You 100% sure is that the exact text? I just want to make sure.
Just read it out loud.
Shapeshifter makes his throw with disadvantage. If it fails, it also instantly reverts to its original form and can't assume a different form until it leaves the spell's light.
That's helpful.
You wanted the shapeshifter one. That's all I got.
I know. I thought it worked differently.
Okay. Seems. Can you make it stop?
All right, I'll drop it.
Are you quite through?
Ah.
I'll walk over and use healing hands on him, which is 6, so he's back up.
Appreciate the gesture. I get the feeling you understand what it's like to bring one another up. There's Anne.
Of course.
Unlike some,
Huh?
unlike some here, kind of glares at Alderia.
I just give him a big toothy grin.
Is there anything else I can do for you folk?
Well, I don't know. I feel like you know more than you're letting on, man. And we were just trying to help this village. Same as you. Well, maybe, I don't know.
What if I told you I was going to do the same?
Same as us, or same as...
Attempt to help people.
How?
How?
Now brown cow.
You are a curious lot, aren't you?
Damn right.
Without moving his lips at all, you just hear a whistle going through his teeth. I can't do it right now all of a sudden. It's loud and extended.
They're like,
I want my mall.
I want my ball.
Why don't you all relax a bit? We're just trying to help people after all, aren't we?
I want to cast Entangle on him.
Go ahead and cast Entangle. We'll say with that, we will roll initiative.
Okay.
I do have a feeling this combat might take a bit. Do we want to try and get through it? We'll have to play kind of fast.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
That's fine. I'm game. I want to see where this goes.
Okay.
Finally.
Side quest.
Sick bastard.
I'm just trying to help you.
Fucking am talking without hitting my hotkey.
That's a good idea. That's a good idea for a villain, though.
I got my maul. Like, I called it to my hand. It worked.
Yeah.
Everything. Okay.
Yep. We'll say on your first turn you can at the very least.
I'm great swordless.
Because it's a bonus action.
Yeah.
It's only a 10-foot room. You can run out there and grab it.
I guess I did try to say it before. I don't know. I might not have been holding down my button.
I'll say for the purposes of this, it kind of unless one group is surprised, the initiative still operates the same, and both of you guys were staring, going like this with your pistols in your pockets. So
I got you.
More up to.
Yeah. I suppose he whistled and then I did it.
Yeah.
Really glad I cast Mage Armor on myself.
Sorry, I'm stupid. Okay. There you go. 20 and above. 15 to 20.
15.
18.
15.
Is that 3 15ths?
No, mine was 18.
18, okay. What's your dex score?
Who?
13.
13 is your
Plus
dex
one.
score? Oh, Jesus. Roll a die 20 real quick and just tell me the die.
14.
Okay. Let's see. That one was there. 10 to 15.
Luke.
15. 5 to 10.
6.
Oh. Rip.
That's an Algeria roll right there.
Fighter always goes last.
Oof.
You know, the 3 casters always go first, and the fighter goes last. Classic.
Classic.
Okay. With that, you see the initiative. You don't see initiative. Those are numbers that we make up in our heads.
Is there a battle map, or are we just...
What's the thing you think is speak of initiative?
Well, here's the thing. I couldn't really get a good indoor map, honestly, for this.
A box works.
So I will put you guys in a box.
It's fine.
And
That works for me.
Background of the forest.
Theater of the mind. That works.
Let me know when to switch over.
Yeah, 1 second here. I'm gonna see because I think this is not the right music.
Nobody needs to see the ween zone.
I mean, they can. It's fun. Because if I remember right, this one was more like drums and shit, wasn't it? Let me just turn you up real quick. Sorry. Yeah.
Oh, gross.
All right. So I'm gonna move you guys over to. Okay, please.
I was gonna try and drag you little circles over to it, but I can't move you guys.
So yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and delete the background.
Slamming tops. I'd eat there.
And
What would they have? Is it all just like tater tot dishes?
Ew.
Yeah, you know, you got like
Tater tot hot
ween
dish.
zone.
you got the hot dish. You got Mythical Chef Josh's tater tot bowl with chili in it.
Oh yeah, you could have tachos.
Chachos.
I hated that. What are tachos?
Tachos are amazing. It's nachos, but instead of chips, it's tater tots.
Oh,
Yeah.
actually, that does sound pretty good.
Yeah.
How could that possibly be bad?
There's a food truck in Duluth that makes it, and
Oh, no kidding.
boy, is it dank.
Do they put like salsa on top?
Yeah, they have some like pico de gallo. It comes with like beans. They add extra onions, cheese.
Mm.
Super
sounds
good.
good.
Already at the top of the order, you see. Oh, I gotta put you into the map.
Yes, please.
Do you guys hear the music going?
It's the same music it had been before, like that gentle background.
Mhm.
I don't really have good combat music for this. I wanted like druidy music, so if you turn it up, it's actually a little more epic than it sounds. Like when it's quiet, because it's got like some cool violins and drums, but it's pretty basic stuff. But anyways, let's get you guys over to the map. I'm not gonna miss too much time on worrying about it because the amount of music is limited. So before you see this creature. Again, Alderia, you're guessing that as you see this creature start transforming into this large hulking being.
I guess as a note, I probably would have, as soon as he started acting aggressive, I might have tried to, if one of them would let me push them behind me.
Sure, I'll say for the purposes of this, Erzan and Alderia were the main two talking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was in the corner.
So
I think from the moonbeam.
Oh shit! Yeah, I would have been too. So yeah, I gotta move.
So we'll say if everyone but Alderia wants to take the corner, that would probably be the most realistic. And then just for the sake of consistency's sake, that'll be the door.
We're fighting him in the void.
Yeah, sorry guys.
My God.
Sometimes you got to shotgun draw stuff.
It's
Sure.
that room in the Matrix.
I will say this is a $5 werewolf miniature though, so pretty dope. I'm excited.
Yeah, these are
cool. Good.
I dig it. They're really good.
Totally one of those things that you guys. I wasn't expecting you to go explore Werewolf Town, but happened to be part
Here
of.
we are.
So at the top of the order, you see this creature, this person start. The bones in their bodies start cracking, muscular before, now increasing in size. The shoulders like distending. I'm now known as Dusk. Seems to be taking its action to transform currently, but that is Dusk's turn. Alderia, you are second in order. What would you like to do?
Do I have to keep going with I said I was going to cast Entangle, so I'll cast Entangle.
It's up to you. It's up to you at the end.
Well, in that case, I would like to cast Moonbeam again.
Okay.
What's
the save there?
Just no.
Bad.
Bad dog.
Disadvantage. Doesn't it impose disadvantage on shapeshifters too?
And
They
it's
do make their
disadvantage.
saving throw with disadvantage.
And then how does the
It's a-
transform back effect work?
If he fails and he's instantly reverted back.
Okay. What's the saving throw?
16 Constitution.
That's a wild way to make a werewolf turn back into a human. Use the moon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa!
That is
Those are
Smack
kinda
him with
cool,
his
though.
own good.
Yeah.
That is a
Too
weird
much
way.
moon.
It makes it more werewolfy. I changed the rules.
Oh shit! He
Now
mega,
He's just a
oh
puppy
god,
now.
he's strong.
he mega evolved.
He's like this forever.
It's a mega evolution. No.
That's a 21 on the save, so it is going to be a success.
Rip.
I believe. But the damage does go through.
Alright. Can it be at a 3rd level? I can like cast it up.
If
right?
you mark the 3rd level spell slot, yep. I don't know if that changes anything on the spell. It would be up to the spell
No.
text.
It just makes it more strong.
It does that. It does increase the damage.
Yeah.
By
by
1d10.
There you go.
For each spell slot. I
That's for
read it. I
every
don't know why. I don't know why I asked. Like I couldn't just read it.
That's fair.
It's so if they start their turn in the circle,
Yep.
They're engulfed in ghostly flame that causes searing pain, must make a constitution saving throw, and it takes radiant damage. And he'll take half damage because he succeeded.
Okay. See, and it's 10 feet, right?
Yes.
Or try and
It's
drop
5
some
foot.
grid
5
style.
foot
AoE
radius.
10, baby.
And it looks
Oh,
like
5
he
foot
makes
radius? Shit. I'm stupid.
5 foot radius, 10 foot diameter.
You be gone. Random squiggles.
and it looks like he will always make his saving throw with disadvantage by the text.
Yeah, I believe.
Yeah.
And if he fails, he pops back.
Yeah.
Alright, 3 hand time like that.
That's so
So as
dope
long as
that
I
that's not just,
maintain-
like,
So essentially, you're doing this right here, right?
Let me see.
Just exploding.
Yeah, avoiding myself,
Yeah. I only drew on your face because I am a bad aimer with mouse.
I rolled good, but it's still gonna be halved. So 18 half to 9 damage.
That's
radiant.
good. Still good.
Radiant damage.
Just grunts in the pain. You see words frothing at the edge of this creature's mouth. The next 4 creatures are all going to spend. You're not aware of their presence currently. You're guessing this whistle was for some reason, though.
Is that a door?
Yeah, that is a door there. But that brings us to Nova.
Oh, can I move?
Sure, if you'd like to.
Can I just move like? Oh, I don't have a little thing between the boys.
Yeah, go. You should be able to move your mini. I made it so that you guys.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. It is going to take an opportunity attack if you step away.
Oh, can I use the bonus action to disengage then, and then move?
Do you have that?
I don't know.
That's a rogue thing.
Oh
Typical.
no! I meant.
You might
that's
have
your
bonus
why-
action.
That's your action.
Yeah.
Okay, no, I'm gonna still go though because I don't want to be near him.
You see a
'Cause he's
bite.
scary.
Ooh, that's a good roll. 22 to hit.
Yeah.
All right, let me. Sorry, paper is tough right now because of this fan. I'll just turn it off. I'll be warm. If I get sweaty, don't hate me, guys. I am going to need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh no.
Oh, I rolled. Thank God. 20.
20 succeeds. You feel just this kind of energy pour into you as its bite clamps down and scrapes across your arm, almost like claws just barely hooking too deep. And this like maw forming as it kind of protrudes from this newly found creature. Just almost, you see like kind of like green and black in the blood as it drips from your arm. You take 9 points of piercing damage as this bite clamps down on you. But you do escape, and you have your moonbeam cast. Is there anything else you're doing?
No.
Nova.
Isn't
Well,
Nova last?
Yep. These creatures are not 20 feet away from you guys right now.
Urzan and I haven't gone.
Oh,
Yeah, I was like, how is it Nova's
my God,
turn?
how did
We
I
still have
not-
to go?
holy shit. I just, like, listened to you guys and then didn't write
I'll
your.
put my guy
travels.
back.
Holy shit! What was your rolls?
We both had
Both
15.
had 15.
Both had 15. And whose dex was better?
I have a 14.
I think I also have a 14. Hold on.
Roll me d20s.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
No, that's okay.
Poopy brain.
It's
It's been
okay.
a while.
I got a 6.
I rolled a 15.
Erzan, you're next.
All right.
Not to shit on you, Nova. I got spells I need to cast.
You did
Rules
well.
question.
Hit me.
What constitutes a humanoid?
There are many things that constitute a humanoid. Depends on you would, if you're asking is a werewolf a humanoid, you don't know.
Oh, I don't get to know.
Unless you have some effect that would tell you otherwise. I mean, it's bipedal, so it's possible, but a zombie would be an undead, not a humanoid, so it's hard to say.
Isn't a zombie a humanoid though?
I mean,
Humanoid is like a super type, not a subtype. You don't have to tell me. We can debate about this later.
I will say as a DM, you can guess if certain things are humanoids. I do not believe a zombie is. I guess I'll double check real quick.
I
for you
looked up
just
the
so that-
definition, and a humanoid is a human-shaped creature.
That is the textbook definition that you can use to assume some things are humanoids. But for example, a zombie, as a point of order, is not a humanoid.
Because it's an undead. That's why.
So some things supersede other things. It is also one of those things that.
Okay. Well, this dude's a human, so I'm gonna try. I'm going to quicken cast a hold person spell on him.
Okay. What's the save?
Wisdom DC 16.
Okay. That is a failure on his part. You feel the whole person kind of wrench into place as the seems to be rearing up for an attack, frozen in time. You see muscles straining against the creature's fur. Looking at you, the two red teardrop-like implements down this elongated snout face now. Staring down at you is what else would you like to do?
I'm going to use 5, 10, 15, 20 feet of movement.
Mhm.
Grab my sword.
Okay.
5 feet back. And smite this mofo.
Sure. Go ahead and roll with advantage. Does this cause the paralyzed condition?
It is paralysis, yes.
Paralysis. Okay. Go ahead and roll the hit with advantage.
I gotta mark my spell slot.
And it is an
off.
automatic crit if you hit. So
Yep.
Brutal.
I rolled a.
you now see the
What is
meaning
it,
of the
plus
bill.
6 now. Yes, plus 6. 19.
19. Okay. 19
I'm
definitely
gonna-
hits.
I'm gonna give him a 3rd level smite
Ooh wee.
because I don't have any
Correct.
3rd level spells, just smites.
Damn right.
So 9 times 2 slashing plus 3, so 21 slashing.
Okay. What are you using as your
And-
weapon?
My greatsword.
Okay. Just as a point of order, your greatsword will you feel your greatsword smack into this creature. The weapon itself doesn't. It almost feels like it bounces off like a steel bar hitting a lead bar.
Sure.
Interestingly, but the radiant damage.
Not to shit on your turn, Erzen, but didn't you leave your greatsword outside?
You went
Yeah, I
and
had to run back and grab it.
Oh, okay.
You did so.
So 19 radiant times 2,
19 radiant times 2, so 38.
38.
Right.
Leafy.
Okay. The creature
Oosh.
takes the brunt of the hit. I believe that causes him to save again as well, correct? When you hit with hold person, when you hit a creature. You don't mind double checking the spell for me real quick?
Is a human saving throw will be paralyzed at the end of each of its turns. The target can make another wisdom saving throw. That doesn't
That's
say
it?
anything about getting hit. I don't
That's
know
it.
if that's a
Okay.
paralysis roll.
No, it's not. No, I just
Okay.
thought it was part of the spell. Oh,
It's at the end. It's at the end of its turns.
very good.
Bonk.
Just double checking. All right, that
Yep.
is the end of your turn.
That is the end of my turn. Yes.
Okay, Kylar.
Kylar. I forgot about Kylar.
Sorry, Nova.
Action. Spiritual Guardians.
Okay. What's the save? Or is that at the top of his turn?
Whenever he enters it on a turn, so now and then at the top of his turn.
Okay.
Save is Wisdom, I believe, and DC 16.
That is a success with a 21.
And he will take half. Wow, that's a really good roll. 19, so 9 damage. Necrotic, if it matters.
Okay.
And then I will Spiritual Weapon for my bonus action.
You already cast a spell this turn, my friend.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
That's
it
right.
gotta
That's
be
right.
a cantrip if you're gonna use the bonus action. Anything else you'd like to do though?
Yeah, I'll give him a Ray of Frost. Why not?
Do you have a bonus action to do so?
Oh, no.
You'd have to quicken
Quick
cast
spell,
your.
I don't have Quicken. That's fine. We'll leave it.
Yeah. So when you use your action to cast a spell, it has if you want to use a bonus action
I
spell,
know. Yeah, that has
higher
to be
cantrip,
cantrip.
it has to be- right.
Yep.
So you'd have to have a bonus action cantrip. So
which
like,
I do not. So nope, we're good.
Okay. That's
Actually,
going to be
I will move right here though to get more of the room covered.
okay. Sounds good. But that only affects non-friendly creatures, correct?
Yep, and I have designated all my friends as friendly.
Gotcha. Yeah, for sure. That's going
Thanks.
to be those two, and then Nova.
Yeah.
Get 'em, Nova.
So bonus
And now
action.
it's on the dog pile.
Bonus action.
That was a good joke.
Thank you.
As I'm running up to him, I'm gonna call for my mace. It just kind of like phases through the wall, just. Yeah.
Similar, seeing the feet of Nova slide gently across the ground as the huge, immense weight of this weapon hits him.
As it comes into my hand, I run my other hand across it. I'm gonna do a green flame blade as I come up and just whack him.
All right, go ahead and roll a hit. That is at advantage.
Oh shit.
He's paralyzed.
And so the green flame blade damage is on top of the weapons damage. Right.
Yeah, I think at a certain
Yeah.
level it becomes that. if
So
I'm not
green
mistaken.
flame, it is. So you get 1d8 fire damage on the thing that you're hitting,
Hmm.
but you sacrifice your multi-attack.
Okay. That's fine. It just sounds cool, so I'm going for that.
Do it. Perfect time for it too, because you got advantage.
Fucking kidding me. 15 to hit?
Can I
15
add
definitely
that?
hits. Go ahead and
Oh,
roll,
shit.
roll some damage.
Yeah, I rolled an 8 and a 6.
And this is with Deep Warden's Malice, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So,
You do notice the weapon seems to take full effect.
oh, cool.
So the weapon damage itself does seem to go through.
Yeah, and then I'll need a strength saving throw. Well, he's paralyzed. I guess I don't know how paralysis works. This should try to knock him over, though.
Yeah, I think they auto.
Does the auto fail?
You might just
Yeah,
auto
it
fail.
automatically fails strength and dexterity saving throws.
Alrighty.
Oh my god.
That's rude.
Combo.
Sorry for gang banging your boss, bro.
Just wait till you get to the real shit.
Yeah,
Wait till you get to the
this is a
human
side quest. This is a side quest.
So that's 13 bludgeoning and 6 fire.
one. 13.
Loki kind of want to be
Is
like
that is that doubled, Nova?
Yeah, you auto crit when it's
Did you double the dice?
No.
It's auto crit.
And then add the mods, yeah.
So that's
First level spell,
18.
everybody.
18 plus 4 is
Second level.
22. 22 bludgeoning and 12 fire.
Fire. So
Oh,
I gotta do some real math here.
that would
Wow.
almost kill me.
Oh my god.
I have 38, and that's like
Okay.
30
Yeah.
or 34.
Nova, is that your turn?
Yeah, baby.
Is he prone now too?
He is
Yes.
knocked prone. You see on the ground. You hear that whistling again, but it's strained currently. That is going to end its turn. It's going to make
Roll
a save.
throw.
Yeah.
Versus
Wait,
16 was.
So yeah, I need spiritual guardians and.
Yep. So I need a wisdom save from him.
Moonbeam. Wisdom save.
Yeah.
3.
That was his turn?
Yeah. It's got
Cool.
He's got to try and save.
Does
16, he
Moonbeam
gets
come
the
up
full
too?
amount.
Yeah, Moonbeam
Yeah.
too.
Yep.
Okay, so
Double fails.
Wow.
you're rolling 3 now.
Yeah, I know. I'm doing these first and taking damage.
Yep.
Oh,
and then
okay.
he'll do whole person at the
Got
end.
it. Yep.
So 16
roll your
from me
damage.
from Spirit Guardians.
16.
Aaron,
What?
did you roll
Roll your
damage?
moonbeam.
He has to
They fail.
Failed.
fail it.
He failed.
Oh, well, he's reverted to human form then.
Oh!
Team revert to human form.
Sorry, I was so unprepared for this. Didn't realize he failed.
You see again the familiar form. Heavily scarred and beaten already, too. God damn.
15 radiant.
This
Okay.
poor guy's getting pissed pounded.
Look, here's the thing. I just have to throw a dragon at you guys, I guess, because Jesus Christ.
We were
everything
trying
else-
to.
We
I
tried.
was trying to be so nice to this man.
They
It's
just
not
wanted
our
to
fault
make
he's
your,
bad.
They just wanted to make your druid tribe stronger, dude. What's your problem? What's so wrong with that?
Yeah,
a short way to go about it, but whatever.
there's better ways, I think. Okay, does he get unparalyzed?
That's a good question. What's your save, DC?
16.
Snickers.
Hold him.
It's a failure.
Yeah.
I'm double
Hey.
checking. I feel like it's got to be when they take damage too. It's too
It
late
doesn't
now.
say it.
Not raw. It's so bad. I feel like it should,
Huh?
but
No, you're right. Nope, 100% right. No, I'm
It's
not going
so
to change the rules on you. I'm not letting you guys change the rules on me, so I won't do it to you. Spell says what spell says. So,
Cool.
and to be fair, you happen to be fighting a large wolf creature that just so happens to have the type humanoid, which I think is really lucky. It's pretty cool. But that is his turn. He is completely trapped. Sometimes bosses just deal 1 damage to you and then you kill them.
Yeah.
So we've learned that in this campaign.
kind of a
Hopefully
thing.
one time. Alderia.
Definitely been a theme.
I can Yes, I know the answer to this already. Don't worry.
As long as you don't cast another concentration spell.
Yeah.
Don't
Alright.
take too much damage.
I'm going to. He got to me so quickly. God damn. I'm going to. Do we want to kill him? Yeah, we probably do. Alright, we're gonna kill him. Alright, I'm going to cast. That's not even gonna make it back to me. It doesn't matter. I'll just do this. I'll cast which one of these does more? Poison. I'll cast Produce Flame.
Produce
On
flame.
him.
Okay. Go ahead and roll the hit.
26.
26 definitely hits. Go ahead and roll damage. Just as a point of order, the AoE effects you guys aren't doubling, right? Those can't crit, so.
No.
Okay. Just double checking. Also, AoE Productions. Go ahead and follow us on our Twitch channel.
Fuck off.
8.
Remember, they can't crit. Though.
Now that one is a crit though.
That one
Yeah,
is
that
a
was an
crit.
auto crit, so
Ooh!
attack roll.
16 fire damage.
Fire damage. Fire damage.
Oh, just 16.
Don't worry, it's just 16.
So, since I used a cantrip as an
Full
action,
person 2nd level, bro.
can I
Oh.
use my bonus action to use Healing Word?
Yes.
You used a cantrip, yes. So healing word as a bonus action is.
She's learning the rules.
You got it.
Finally. I'll cast second level healing word on myself.
Okay. Do you say any specific words to heal yourself, Aldaria?
Ow, 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 ow.
All right, you can go ahead and roll the healing.
Charlie, you bit me.
At this
Ouch,
point, as you're healing,
Charlie.
I heal myself completely.
there you go. You see two more wolf-like creatures approach. Smaller than the other one, but certainly powerful creatures in size. Kind of make it to about there. Urzan just out of reach for you currently. Seem to be standing there prepared to take action. Urzan, speaking of which, it is your turn.
All right. I guess we'll start with the old execution of this fella.
Sure.
I'll swing at him with my great sword.
Okay. Go ahead and hit it with advantage.
I hit
You guys
him.
are so good at combat. It's so insane.
24.
24
Or sorry,
hit.
22. I'll smite him again, but just first level this time, just to make
Okay.
sure I get some damage through.
Yeah, just
So-
remember that if you just don't have to roll the greatsword for just as a point of order. It seems that weapons that are not silvered or
Oh,
magical
gotcha.
so don't worry about the greatsword.
Uh, 24 points of radiant damage off ye old smite.
Oof.
Still up, but you're pounding.
Sure.
Seems to be a human on the ground, completely
as a-
destroyed.
As a bonus action, I will summon an Althagel and attack him with a spiritual weapon.
Sure. Go ahead and roll the hit with advantage. Because that smite wasn't a spell, that was just your class feature, right?
Yep.
Okay.
25.
25 hits.
So I rolled a 5, so 10 plus 5. So 15 force damage.
Okay. All right. Is there anything else? You see the Althagel. Sorry, I shouldn't let the fact that you're melting my boss distract me from important descriptions. You see the Althagel in a very familiar sense. These runes coming out of it, straight down into this creature this person now as he lays on the ground, grabbing into the blade at his side. Just this large spear sword like implement.
That is my turn.
Kyla.
Yes.
Okay. If I go, can I see the boys outside?
You'd see the very first one there.
This one?
Yep.
That's
And I will say, as a point of order too, very far behind them, you do see one more as well.
okay. I'm going to cast Bane on Big Boy, and first boy I can see outside the door.
Good boy.
The charisma saving throw of 16.
It's charisma.
Okay.
Yep.
So big boy does get a natural 20 on a charisma saving throw,
Motherfucker.
but little boy has a natural 1. So
Perfect. I'll take it.
little boy is baned.
The boy's baned. I can live with that. So it's a first level spell. I think that's it. I'm just gonna sit there and let my area shit do its thing.
Okay. That brings us through your turn, Kylar. These two creatures get up to about here. See
Wow, they
that
have, like no movement.
everything is going to shit. They're moving distances that are much greater. It's just represented on a small map.
Oh.
You see them kind of navigating towards this whistle. These like pack-like creatures on all fours, kind of hustling down the street. In particular, Urzan and Nova and Alderia. You see a few. Seem to be ravenously approaching. Suddenly, you're guessing this whistle that this appointed Dusk, soon to be Dust, called out. Is that their turn? Yes, it is. Nova.
Is Big Boy still prone?
Big Boy is still prone.
I'm assuming it's an action to place Deep Warden's Malice on him.
I think. Here, let me pull up the text real quick. Did I send you that in a DM?
Yeah, and I copied and pasted it into D&D Beyond, so it's kind of small.
One second. We just forgot to do it. It's part of the effect when it fails. So we'll go ahead and.
Oh, I thought I had to put the mace on him.
It is. It's part of the. You have to leave it there, so you can't attack with it further. But if you use that effect, so I guess it's up to you.
I guess I would not have done it, and now if I could do it, I'm assuming that's.
You can attack and then do it. I'll say because it was part of the failure of that first fail.
It auto fails when
right.
Okay, yeah. So
you
I
can
will
attack and auto fail, and then you can use that as part of the failure. That's the effect.
Okay.
You can make it jut out, and then it is then considered restrained.
Yeah, I'm going to Green Flame Blade again as well.
Okay.
Advantage.
Yep.
I rolled 2 10s, so 17.
17 hits.
Crit, baby.
I gotta find ways to challenge you guys. Every session, I just
Werewolf? What werewolf?
right.
12 plus 4, 16 bludgeoning.
Big werewolf with a lot of skills too. That just none of them are relevant right now.
16 bludgeoning, 14 fire.
Is that
16
double?
bludgeoning, 14
Yes.
fire.
Oh wait,
Okay.
I have not been adding my charisma modifier to my fire damage.
You don't.
That happens with green.
You only do it when it arcs to a second target.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks for also having the same spell, Tad.
You're welcome.
So yeah, kind of like bring it down on him, and I just leave it and let it pin him to the ground.
Failing automatically in its paralysis state. You guys see this metal jut out in a paralyzed.
Paralyzed.
That's how
It's the paralysia.
paralysis.
As it pins him to the ground, it's, stay, boy. And then as a bonus action, I'm
Only an intimidation check.
oh fuck yeah. Ooh, I'm good at this.
Ooh.
No way.
Oh fuck you, dice.
You rolling that one?
I rolled a 6, but plus 6, so 12.
If you want, I can give you some wheel. It's another D6.
Takes your reaction. You want to use your reaction?
Yeah, it's up to you. It's your thing.
I'll use my reaction.
Okay.
One more
Add a
D6.
D6.
3 more, so that is 15.
Okay. Noted. I will leave it at that.
Okay, that's fine. And then for the rest of my turn, I am going to run. And as I'm running, I'm going to reach up my hand because I can have 2 bound weapons and ask for my glaive to come to me.
Oh, you dirty dog.
I just stand in the doorway looking just mean.
Mean.
Yeah.
Oh no! Hold on, I'm gonna go there.
That's your turn.
Because I know they're coming. I'm gonna give them like a come here.
All right.
Taunt them.
It's Dusk's turn, and just for the point of order, your combined magics swirling as the beams cross. You see the body start raising up against this weapon. You see it almost start atomizing. If you'd like to spare them, you could cancel your spells. But if you're trying to kill them, they're on their way out. Turn it into dust here.
Yeah, you ain't going nowhere.
Dusk into dust.
From dust to dust.
Hey,
Dusk. raises against the magic, body straining. The dust floats into the air and burns up in the holy and necrotic light mixture. For the point of order, with multiple natural ones, the werewolves coming in to save their fearless leader, who had a whopping 240 HP.
That is how. That's how I
We
roll.
melted him that fast.
Yep.
Wow.
Faster.
Well, I mean,
my
we were
God.
doing consistently like 16,
damage,
30,
3 rounds in a row.
30,
For
16.
the point of order, these creatures approach in an attempt to come save their leader. Seeing Nova, come here. They just kind of grind to a halt. All but one of them. One of them gets right up into your face, Nova, and as you reel back, turns around, sees it has no one behind it, and dashes off into the distance. Unless you would like to.
Yeah, I guess if I'm seeing that they're trying to run, I'd try to breath weapon.
Okay. Yeah, I would say again for the point of order, you hit them, dealing some damage. They kind of scatter to the winds at this point. You're guessing.
Yeah, 3d6 for Austin. It's a 15-foot cone. I'm assuming I can get all of them.
Yeah, I'll say for the purposes of these, you do. You can go ahead and just roll damage. They'll all take max.
Yeah. 9, 10, 11.
All right. They all take the frost cold damage.
Yay.
They seem to disperse into the distance. You're guessing these are much more animalistic counterparts as compared to Kuma before. God damn. Sorry, you guys just always leave me for a wheel. I don't know what to say. You melted him, and the adventure is.
I feel it's either we struggled so hard against the Night Mother, and now on this one, it just feels good now.
I don't want to throw everything at you as like a direct counter, like you are blind forever, but but it's fine. You guys defeat what you would guess is the source of kind of this lycanthropy plague, getting through to the end of this adventure arc. Hi, babes. I'll put Snickers on camera.
Bop.
What's up, babes?
Cute.
Snickers.
And I suppose just for the sake of brevity, before we get to some more roleplay elements and
Bye.
future decision making,
She's done.
we'll call that the end of the session.
Woo!
Well done,
Good
guys.
job.
Yeah, that felt
everybody.
good.
You guys combo hard, and when you combo hard, you combo hard.
I've been so excited to do the hold person thing.
Wow.
That's so
Oh my
mean.
God. When it's
Thanks
a
everybody
person-
on Twitch for watching.
Yes,
We
thank you
appreciate
all.
you.
We really appreciate you guys. I promise one of these days I'll throw a challenging boss at them.
It'll happen.
So if you watch,
Eventually.
that might happen. Damn.
Okay.
Yeah,
everybody
that-
say goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.